name, roll number and 5 subjects marks of 5 students and calculate total and average using the concept of structure. We have already seen the concept of structure. Structure is a user defined data type. We have seen for single variable as well as for the array of structure. In this program we are going to use the array of structure. So let's start. Here I have declared one structure. The keyword used is struct. The name that I'm giving to a structure is stud because I'm going to store the information about students. The data members that I have declared in this structure are name, roll number and M1, M2, M3, M4, M5. These I'll be using for computing or for accepting 5 subject marks from user. Then see that we have ended a structure with semicolon. Here I have created the array of structure. The name I have given is S, that is S is a variable of structure, and of that variable I have created an array of 5. Here I have taken a static value, that is 5. You can accept this value from user as well. Next I have declared 3 variables, 2 of which are integer. I will be used as a loop variable. Next is total. Total I'll be requiring for computing the total, which is the part of our program. Next I have declared average. It is a float because it will be giving the average in floating point, which is again a part of our program. We are supposed to compute the total and average for each student. I have used clear screen to clear my output screen. Next, let's start with how to accept the values for 5 students and to display it, then to compute the total and average and display the total and average for each student. So here I have displayed a message, enter information of 5 students. For that I have taken a for loop. Now when it displays that enter the information of 5 students, it will initialize I to 0. It will check that 0 is less than 5. The condition is true, so it will go within this for loop. We have already seen this concept in the description part of structure. So with this, what is going to happen? With entire for loop, will be accepting firstly the name, enter the name of student. It will go to s of I dot name, means what? For first variable of structure. Next is enter roll number of student. It will go to s of I dot roll. Here the value of I is 0, means it will go at s of 0. Next is enter the marks of 5 subject of student. That will be going to s of 0 dot m1, s of 0 dot m2, s of 0 dot m3, s of 0 dot m4 and s of 0 dot m5. Means what? We have accepted the information for first student. Next it will go upside. Again I will be incremented. Now I value becomes 1. Again it will check the condition that 1 is less than 5. Yes, condition is true. So it will accept the information for the second student. So enter the name of student. That will go at s of 1 dot name. Roll number will go at s of 1 dot roll. And the information or the marks for the second student will get stored with this sentence. So with this for loop, we'll be simply accepting the information, that is name, roll number and 5 subject marks for all the 5 students. Once we accept it, we'll simply display it to the user. So here it is, printf 5 students data. So here for I equals to 0, I is less than 5, I plus plus, and with this printf it will simply display the name, roll number and marks of all the 5 students. So with this for loop, we'll simply display the information that we have accepted from the user. And next is the important part or the core part of this program, that is to compute the total and average of all the 5 students. So for that again we have taken a for loop. I have simply displayed a message total marks and average of marks of all the 5 students. Just a minute. Then I've computed the total with this sentence: total equals to s of I dot m1 plus s of I dot m2 plus s of I dot m3 plus s of I dot m4 plus s of I dot m5. Means this what is going to happen whenever the value of I is 0, at that time the student, that is first students, all the marks will be added and that will be stored in total. Once we have the total of first student, we'll be computing the average for that student, and then we'll be displaying the name of that student, total of that student, and average of that student. Next is again it will go upside, again it will increment I by 1. Now we'll be computing the total of all the marks for second student, and then we'll be computing the average of that particular student. Once we compute the total and average for second student, we'll be displaying the name of that student, total, and average of second student. In this fashion, with this for loop, we'll be computing the total and average of all the 5 students and we'll be displaying it to the user. So this is the assignment for declaring an array of 5 students of structure. Now we'll see how the output we are going to get out of this program. So for that, firstly compile the program. There is no error, so we'll run the program. So we got the first information that enter information of 5 students. So let's start entering the name of first student. Suppose it is Sai. Roll number of that student, suppose I am giving it as 21. Next is enter the marks of 5 subject of the first student. So I'll be giving 45, 65, 76, 87 and 56. Next again it will ask for enter the name of student. This will be of second student. Suppose the name I am giving is Samarth. Roll number is suppose 30. Again enter the marks of 5 subject for a second student. Next is enter the information of third student. Suppose name is Krishna. Roll number of a student is 45. Marks are now enter the information of fourth student. Suppose I have taken the name as Rameshwari. Roll number is 32. Again enter the marks of 5 subject for her. Now last student, enter the name for last student. Suppose it is Payal. Roll number is 43-6. Marks of 5 subject. So here we got the output as name of each student, its roll number and its marks. Then we have computed the total and average for each student. So that is given total marks and average of marks of all the 5 students, name, total, average for all the 5 students. So this is all. With the help of structure, we have stored the information of 5 different students. As such, you can store the information of multiple students, as well as you can use the structure in various applications as like of hospitals, sports related activities, and many more. Thank you.